Yeah, I'll see you there. Nine. Yeah. And then one overhand. And what happened when he dropped? But I didn't say, I don't remember. Oh, yeah. What did you do at the pub? Yeah, what did you do at the pub? You can't say rape and pillage on the sideline. Remember when we got this caught because Lynchy was doing rape and pillage! That's a way more money. What about the last one? What are they doing with the last problem? Someone slapped me. Anyway, I turned around. I'm 40 minutes when I started running. So now I started sprinting. I sprinted 40 minutes. Hey, as I hit him, there's an uppercut a couple of yards, and he goes, hey, what? He goes, look at him. He's holding his guts. I said, can't sleep. And the about to come up to me after that. I know you had to do that. You better get this like real quick. So I went back inside. And then he said,
There he is, I know. Have to run to the toilet. Yeah, I was hoping it wouldn't. All right.
Welcome to Back to Lapstone Day 2024. Blue Mountains minor premiers running out now. Waverley eagerly awaiting for the kickoff of 1 versus 3. Blue Mountains have wrapped up the minor premiership. Waverley playing today to be in the top 2 to potentially go next week against Blueies again. You've got Grant Skinner and Blake Dixon. Dicko, I saw you jog it in from
straight off
seconds.
the field to commentate what should be game of the year.
It will be a massive game, as I said. Waverley trying to fight to get into the top 2 to get the second bite of the cherry chance in semi-finals next week. Bluey's already wrapped up for number 1 spot after an absolutely marvellous year. But I'm sure they're going to put everything out on the, or leave everything out on the field, knowing it's back to Lapo, looking around. I'd say a couple of hundred, a few hundred people here. Great environment, great atmosphere. Kids, adults alike, loving rugby. Rugby is not dead. 9 grades for Blueies today.
As we see A knock on by Waverley. First up, Blue Mountains will get the feed just outside their 22. This game may or may not decide the club championship for Division 1 as well.
Really?
Waverley sitting in first place with a slight margin. Blue Mountains hot on the heels. So
100%, yes. Look, Waverley strong through all grades.
This could see the winner of this game actually win the club championship.
Wow. Okay, so there's quite a lot more on the line versus just the Kentwell standings.
Yes.
You have club championship. Knowing Waves looking at their ladder through the grades, I mean, very impressive. Always a strong club, good battle, good bunch of blokes that enjoy a beer after the game as well. But seeing they brought 6 grades and Colts out here today, I believe there's 3 buses going, Blake.
Yeah,
3 buses.
Waverley brought 3 busloads of English and Irish expats from the beach to the bush.
Some of them might have flown in fresh this morning or yesterday just to add to the numbers, but no, we
don't call immigration.
No, exactly. Do love an import or two, but no, nonetheless, a good club with a great culture that we've had good battles with over the years in first div and also in the lower divs when we were second and thirds some time back now. But Blake, it's been a while. How you been?
It has been a while. Been great.
That's
Been
good.
grafting away in second grade this year.
Yeah.
Still playing.
Yeah,
loving
good
it.
to see. Can you walk me through your first attempted tackle in that game today?
My first attempted tackle.
Oh, let's walk through Waverley's first try, but maybe later.
Oh, no, I'd stolen the ball at a tackle before that one.
Looked like a missed tackle to
big
me,
second row
but
got me up high. I tried to steal the ball and he just threw me straight
we'll
off.
have to watch the New South Wales Rugby TV replay later today.
The Burke Cup replay.
Burke Cup replay on New South Wales Rugby TV. But a bit of a box kick there by the Waves, who've now thrown a bit of a Hail Mary out the back. 15 puts in a kick past the 22. You got Chris Nay now going back to field the ball. Will it go over the line? No, he picks it up. He's going to send it back. And Waves line out about 30 out from the Blueies, kind of where they're attacking the Blueies line.
Another big year.
Yeah, we'll walk through. I haven't obviously been as involved in the club this year. What's your thoughts on overall culture and where the club's gotten to this year? What's the performance been like?
Once again, the first grader doing their thing, leading from the front, leading by example. Only loss coming at Drummoyne about a month or so ago.
Yep. They were low on numbers, though, at that stage.
Yeah, so
I did notice that. It was
there
good
has
grit.
been some major injuries.
Good depth.
I don't think a full-strength first-grade side has actually been on the park this year.
No.
First grade, as of yet.
No,
We saw a couple return today with Nico Gorman and Clancy Henderson.
Yeah.
Back into second grade. Let's see if they can find their way back into the top
Good
squad.
to see Storman back playing after a bit of an injury there. And I know that even out today, you don't have Luke Smart. You don't have Waldo Wessels, I believe his last name, in the 9.
When you're missing your open side flanker and
you also don't have
your number 9. Sorry,
Angus McGrath. I mean, from what the games I've seen of the first this year, he's somewhat been player's player
in Sydney subbies rugby at the moment.
Yeah. Although word on the street, Aparama, who had to move interstate for work, is actually going to be back in Sydney the coming weeks. So hopefully, might see the guy who was being voted as the best player in subbies in Kentwell, making more appearances for the dark Blueies in semi-finals come next week and beyond.
Yes. We see Blue Mountains. I can't see that far away. I've got my contact lenses in.
You can't see
that?
that?
I actually can't see whose ball. Where's? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Well, let me talk the far side then. Waverley with the throw. The 5 jumped up past it. The 10 with the cutout ball. Nice straight line there by one of the flankers. Goes down quickly. Ball comes out to the back of their headgear. Whoa, big hit. Big
contact.
Hit. Love to see it. Damien in over the top. A good born and bred Blueies come through Colts, come through the grades, and now a regular first grader and a really good bloke being a on the other code Bulldogs supporter.
There is actually.
I'll try not to digress into rugby league.
There is a few Colts.
There is. If you look at it.
And a few Blue Mountains juniors actually playing in this first grade
side.
Spot on.
Quacky in the centres. Obviously, then you got Damon. I believe
Lee.
You have, Spanner, Daniel Ferrugia, packing in at, second row or flanker.
Number 7
with the green on the back of his headgear. Has been around for years in Blue Mountains. Lockie
Some
Caldwell.
say he was around when rugby was invented. That's how old he is.
Lockie Caldwell packing in at hooker.
Colt
So,
from a few years ago.
Yeah, as much as there's, plethora of talent that's come in the club in the past few years, it's good to also see the names and faces that have been around for many years and been developed as part of our grassroots system from Blue Tongues into Blueies.
Yes.
inside the 22. Waverley passing it out right to the far side touchline, where you have a bit of a party disco theme over there of the Waverley crew loving it. From
There's
their
a fair bit going on over there.
3 buses, few shirts off,
I can see a few
couple
hands
weeks.
waving and carrying on like they're at a rave.
Yeah,
Daytime rave.
they're always good for a party. The Waves.
Yes.
A bit of a show and go from the 10. He tries to pass it at the top. He should have gone himself. If he goes himself there, no, it's not a try, mate.
Yeah, knock on the referee's
Yeah, it's a
call.
knock on. It was a knock on.
It was a knock on.
And a knock on Waverley. I reckon the 10 there, if he doesn't try to pass over the top, he likely gets the meat pie himself to open up the score for today's proceedings.
The 4 and 20 meat pie.
He would have got his first 4 and 20 meat pie of the day. New South Wales Rugby TV, sponsored by 4 and 20.
What's your favourite pie?
Favourite pie? Oh,
Are you a pie man?
Yeah.
You stop in at the bakery, on the
Not
weekend?
really. No. I'll go more of a sausage roll over it, but I shouldn't say that with the sponsors being
No,
4 and 20.
well,
I'm sure 4 and 20
do a
does sausage roll.
so.
Yeah, good. Just a classic sausage roll with a bit of tomato sauce on it. That's all you need. I'm not trying to go to Harry's Cafe to Wheels. They're not sponsoring New South Wales Rugby to get a tiger pie with the peas and gravy or anything. I'll just go traditionalist, mate.
Yep.
Keep it simple, the old kiss approach.
Jordan McGregor with the clearance. It's going to stay in with the wind helping its cause.
Yeah, wind is definitely starting to play a factor this afternoon. You've got a sun starting to disappear.
Oh! The Mumbai Express. Get that India. Wow. Contact.
That was a large hit. Would not want to be on the receiving end of that. He's going to field that one for weeks. Old should get a haircut, passes it out wide to the winger.
Good
How's about the dreads
there
on this guy? Old, he's in the 21, I think, or 24. It's a very rugby league
24,
haircut.
I think it's time to cut that hair, mate.
Very rugby league.
You're not fooling anyone.
Passing out wide, the 10. Does another show and go. Ooh. He likes a bit of a run, this 10. Passes on his inside with the supporters. You had Quacky coming across. Unfortunately, brushes off Quack. Pete Nay there with a solid hit to get him down on his back. Waves on the attack.
With
nice
the
little around
ball,
the back ball.
The defender.
Good run around. They're playing well here and laying a good platform early, Waverley. Can Blue Mountains hold them out to keep the scores at 0-0 and try to go back down the other end? They look like they're making some momentum. Just in front of the posts, in front of the corner where the clubhouse is. We have many screaming fans here in the second half when Blueies puts on a few meat pies in front of them. But for now, we're trying to defend Waverley. Jake Butler-Fleming in the middle there.
Looks like
playing in the forwards these days after being on generally centre of the wing. But yeah,
Waverley jump through, score the first try of the match.
Again, they're falling for a few dummies, the Blueies. Another just quick little show go by the number 9.
They're going to have to tighten that up if they want to take this game by the scruff of the neck.
And but they're over for the first meat pie this afternoon. Kick to come, basically right in front. Should be 7-0 in just a moment. So, but in personal news, Blake, outside of Blueies, 1 week till, or less than 1 week till you get married.
Married in a week.
How are the nerves feeling?
Oh, good.
It's good.
Great.
It's good.
Nerves are great. Very excited.
That's lovely.
Very
good
excited.
to hear. And Sandra, if you're listening on TV right
She'll
now.
She'll be at home listening via the app. And she will be thrilled.
Cannot wait to witness it this coming Friday. Exciting times. All right, he kicks the goal. Pete Nay beating his teammates back to the halfway there. They're all coming up now to join him. His brother Chris will put up the kickoff here as Blueies try to retrieve the ball back from Waves or smack them on their backs in their own half and get the territory. Chris. Looking for a three-peat, Chris, this year. After Kentwell glory last year, there's a few of them with Angus McGrath as well.
They'd won the Judd Cup.
They won the Judd the year before and decided we'll give it a crack. Not just go up one grade to thirds or not go up to Burke. Oh, we'll give Kentwell a crack, he says. And that they did and did very successfully. Where they won Kentwell on a amazing afternoon at Concord, 44-41. Definitely gave us all a heart attack when they're up by about 3 tries with 10 to go. But they managed to hold on, so could be a three-peat for a few of the boys this year if they can push through the finals.
The final series this year is back at Drummoyne Oval, and then the final 2 weeks are at Concord Oval again.
Okay. Well, Drummoyne always famous when we get there to look at it being like this is a big place. I think Don't know what the dimensions of Lapstone Oval are, but
It
could
is
be
a large field.
slightly smaller
It is
than
a
what
large
Drummoyne
field.
is. Drummoyne is a large, wide, long field. Probably professional dimensions, while, Lapstone Oval,
Mountains here, Jordan.
not quite. But out
Over
to
to
the
Sammy.
Mumbai Express. And a forward pass is called. Unfortunately, he's going to be away there for the Blueies' first 4 and 20 meat pie. So through the grades today, 7s and 8s kicked
7th
off.
grade versus 8th grade.
Kicked off,
Absolutely
yeah.
unheard of.
Unheard
8
of.
a.m. kickoff. Some say most of those players were actually still rolling through from the night before. They decided, I'm not going to go to bed. I'm playing when the sun comes up.
Can confirm Gary J. Kime of 8th grade and myself were up till about 2 in the morning and rolled in, not feeling great, but a bit of a sweat and then hit out was good. There may have been certain
Just tell them it's true.
shots of sherry that were given out at halftime as part of the tradition of Old Boys game. Good to have a laugh and some banter and a bit of rugby on the side for 7s and 8s. And then again rolled into, generally we would play a 6th grade against an Old Boys, but Waves, full credit to them, have a 6th grade. So hence the numbers they've been able to bring out. And lots of rugby today. This is the pinnacle of it all. Waves up 7-0 in the
Mixed
Kentwell
results.
clash.
5th grade secured. Blue Mountains 5th grade secured their final spot
Okay.
with a win.
That's big. How do we go on
6s? I
6s?
don't have my phone on me. 6th grade.
That's not on the app,
It would
unfortunately.
be. But you have to add the team in because it's Blue
Right.
Mountains 6. Press the pluses and
But
whatever
nonetheless,
it
here we
is
go. Going through the scores of
But
today.
nobody can seem to work properly. on their
14-5
phone.
Blueies making the finals now. They're fantastic against Waverley. Particularly because Waverley, they were coming first. That's their first loss of the season.
Yes,
That's
first
massive.
loss of the season. Blue Mountains 5th grade.
First, but potentially not
Defeated
last
an
if they run into
undefeated
Blueies
Waverley.
again. Then in the
4th grade,
Judd, where it was a big win by Waverley.
29-5.
In later where Waverley again, they're on top of a lot of the comps. That was a 1v4 clash. And after looking at today, Blueies have snuck into the finals. Skin of their teeth, 1 competition point, but also about 100 points on differential had it been even. So well done to Blueies force and also Waves force. As we wait for the ball to be thrown in, we can do one more score update from today. The Whidden Cup, 3rd grade. Waverley, again, top of the table team. Playing Blueies in second. 10-0 Waverley, although I was told Blueies had 3 yellow cards in that and managed to still hold them to
They
10.
did.
Pretty impressive, really. I think there's a lot to take out of that.
With those sides there, it was 1-1. Blue Mountains had beaten Waverley in the first meeting between the two, and Waverley
got one back over the
today,
boys.
So it's 1v2 today.
And then a
boys.
spicy Colts encounter where the Waves did get up in a bottom of the table clash as opposed to these top of the table clashes we're now commentating. But the Wave boys, 29-22.
See Waverley knock on
Blueies,
here.
Bit of a knock on here. Oh. Blueies, a bit of a just feeling each other out. Nothing too explosive as of just yet in first grade. Find that similar-ish to when Blue Mountains played Forest a few weeks back. Forest got out to a quick start, 12-0. And then Blueies found their form,
rein that back in.
came back and won, I think, about 32.
They do love a slow start, Blue Mountains.
Well, it's better
They
than
kind
last year where it actually was more the slow ending.
Yeah.
And they would love to score points early, but then give up about 3 or 4 tries to make us all have a weekly heart attack. At least they've gotten rid of that this year. But generally, if TAB Sportsbet was doing a market, you'd bet on the Blueies to get the overs. Ken scores some tries from anywhere on the field. And just as I say that, Tom Kwok, the junior that's come through, absolute pedigree. Saw him on Tuesday night at St. John's Oval, practicing his side steps on his misses. This is a true story. This is not banter. Having his girlfriend stand in a position where he could run up and do a left, give a right. Bit of a goosey. Just practicing everything under the sun in preparation for today's encounter and heading into semi-final football. Jake Butler-Fleming now with the ball. The triple barrel of Blue Mountains. And Nay bouncing one way, bouncing another. A little pinball. Oh, no.
The referee's
Unfortunately, our
called
nine has knocked it on there.
That is
And it will be Waves
heartbreaking.
ball.
Let's see if Waverley can capitalise here, just outside the 22.
Yep. Sun starting to peek through again. In the sun, you feel like it's spring. in the shade, you feel like it's a cold winter's day. Feel like somewhat you're in Melbourne with the change of temperatures and taking the jacket on and off. But good to see the sun coming out. Pete Nay looks like he's getting a bit of a tan there. It's better than where he might be. Having to even go to Coogee Beach, he can come to Lapstone Oval.
At the beach, I don't think I've seen whiter legs.
That's actually a good point. He's very pale as a human. Like, I don't know, is he just staying indoors all the time? He lives near the beach, but do you reckon he often goes to the beach?
Maybe.
I can't see it happening. Like, Pete, if you're listening back to this, mate, would love to get an understanding of how you have such pale skin as someone that lives in the eastern suburbs but still plays for this glorious club.
Here we go. Referees called.
And today, now we're on the commentary for the first time in a year. This time last year, we did have a bit of a debate. Who was the better Nay? So this year, we need to need to have a bit of a look at both of their form. Different positions. Obviously, Chris in the centre, kind of playmaker type role position at the back. But Pete can finish. He's quite electric. So this is the battle for the Nay.
Positions when one hasn't been available, one slotted into the other spot.
Yeah.
Pete's moved often from
quite versatile.
From the wing to fullback. Chris has moved in from fullback to 10. Jordan McGregor hasn't been available.
Well, it's
good to see really versatile players out there that can play multiple roles and still get the job done.
100%. And Geordie McGregor back today after, I think, breaking his thumb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And someone who, great recruit this year, come across from the club with the experience he has in rugby. He has a great rugby head. For a 10 as well, surprise, you don't often see 10s that thrive and love the contact of defence so much.
No, he gets in there.
My observations is he loves to get in there.
By the looks of him, you'd think a strong wind would push him over.
Yeah, he doesn't look like there's much to him. But
he rips in.
He's quite deceptive. Can defend and obviously can attack. And I mean, when you watch his kicking game, it's just second to none.
Waverley spreading it wide to the wing. They've got a 2-on-1 here. The
there we go, Pete.
Keep the ball.
Oh, a bit of a missed tackle there by Pete.
Bumps one, bumps two.
In the battle
Big
of the names,
contact by Chris Nay.
Essentially a minus point for Pete.
Another one who I didn't think would get into much contact. Chris Nay. Loves it. Absolutely loves it.
Dreadsy McGee has a run up. Passing out now 10 with a bit of a cutout ball.
I still don't think they're dreads, though.
What are they?
Pretty sure it's a ponytail.
It's very interesting.
Whatever it is.
I mean, it's
got to go, mate.
Let's be honest. We're two bald-headed commentators.
Sponsored by McDonald's in the front, dreadlocks in the back. You can't be having that.
Yeah, two bald heads here. So really, it's probably more jealousy, 24. So apologies if you take this personal. We just wish we could grow what you had on your head. Anything we can grow, a cat can lick off. So... anyway, it's a penalty here for a bit of a head-high tackle. The 5 staying down. Looks in a bit of pain and trouble.
What's he clinching at here? Knee? An ankle?
Well, can they kick the goal from out here? No, they're going to have to touch.
It's a tight angle.
He's really hurt, though, this 5. They're going to have to stop the game and get some medical attention running on, as it is from the Wave side.
Called time here.
Yeah.
Blue Mountains are celebrating a few reunions today as well.
Okay. And talk to me about
2014... I think second grade?
Third grade
winners,
Third
2014.
Yep.
There was a 2004 and a 1994.
Wow.
Winning grand final sides. A second grade and a...
That's impressive.
Fourth.
So we have a 10, 20 and a 30-year reunion going.
Yes, 10, 20 and 30-year reunion all happening at once.
That's awesome. Also shows the history of the club and how far back we do go. Hope all those boys are enjoying a beverage and a catch-up today. Particularly the ones from 94. Imagine that, a 30-year reunion of a grand final win. Isn't that glorious? It's basically a lifetime, in a sense, from probably when you were playing at 30-odd years old.
33.
Yeah. Imagine coming back at 63. Like, wow.
94 is not 34 years ago. It's 30 years
30 years ago, mate. But anyway, let's not get into the debate of numbers over the commentary box.
I was once an accountant. I'm a mathematics guru.
Line out for the 2. He throws it in nice and straight.
Bring it down for the maul. And it is...
Tried the maul. The maul is going.
Waverley dominating here. Moving closer to the try line. Waverley. And the referee gives the try.
Wow.
Waverley, 12-0.
Putting on a show, Waverley.
Really raining on Blue Mountains Parade right now.
They really are. The crowd here is somewhat subdued. A little bit of a... Hang on. These are our minor premiership winning... Blueies, but unfortunately going down 12-0. Although, as I said, similar to Forest a few weeks back, they're a team you could not rule out. They can score from anywhere. Great attacking flair. Just wait and see what they've got in them to try and reduce this deficit after the kick here by the 10 of Waverley, who hopefully shanks it.
did you go today, Grant? I heard you had a little run around at 8 o'clock.
I did. Good to get a little bit of contact. Had a bit of a run at Gary Kime, who I ran over, who was in the other team.
I believe it.
It did happen.
He's not here to defend himself, so I believe every word you're saying.
Look, this is actually true. And first time in Bluey's history where Gary played in a lower grade than me. He was playing for the 8s, I was the 7s. Got myself a meat pie as well, so I'm off the nudie run, which is fantastic.
Incredible.
Yeah. Still to this day in my career, have never had to do a nudie run, which I'm very, very proud of after today's effort.
Wow.
But no, it was fun.
Some say that doesn't count, though.
Well, some can say that, but it does, which is okay for them to say it. In actuality, it does. But Bluey's getting back to the halfway in the sun. Chris, a little bit tanner than his brother. Looks like he actually does go down to the beach just a little bit more often than Pete, who sits at home in the dark. He's going to put it up left here, nice and high. Good chase. Coming on through. Bluey's a bit of a missed tackle, another missed tackle. Oh, but he goes out. And it's going to be Blue Mountains line out from about 30 metres, getting their first attacking chance of the game. But yeah, as I say, it was good to get the hit out from playing a few weeks back. When you had your Bucks party wrapped around rugby, which is fantastic to see you and Subbies Rugby allowing a full pink strip to be used in a game where you were the only one in the uniform.
I couldn't believe it. We got the bus on the way there. They got my dad to get up and present me my playing kit for the day.
Oh, did he? That's
and
awesome.
I said absolutely not, no way. And they all
fantastic.
said, this is what you're wearing.
Oh, you had no choice.
I found out later on that they had to go to the Subbies Rugby board to get it cleared for me to play in a different coloured kit. And Subbies allowed it. So anyone listening out there that's thinking of doing their Bucks party next year?
Yes. And look,
idea.
Blueies have had, just for context, ladies' days where
Drummoyne were really good sports about it, though. They were really good about it.
Hence, we had the old pink kit, full. I'm talking pink socks, shorts, jersey that Blake wore on the day. So it looked professional, sponsored by O'Neill's, which is our clothing provider. Looked mint on the day, so thank you, Subbies Rugby. That's just proper suburban rugby vibe atmosphere right there to allow you to wear a different kit compared to everyone else is playing. Bluey's on the attack just in front of the post. You have Chris Nay. He pops the cutout ball, and he's in the corner. And just as I said, you can let in a few meat pies, but Bluey's can score just like that, as they did. First try of the day for Blue Mountains. Kick to come a little bit further out on the Blue Mountains Argometer, brought to you by Blue Mountains Args and John Daniels, the president of the club. On the Argometer, what chances is Chris here to kick this
Chris
goal?
Chris Nay a right or left footer?
He's a right footer.
He's a right footer from the left-hand touchline.
Oh, actually, is Jordan McGregor the kicker? Oh. If it was Chris, I'd probably give it a half ugg, but I reckon Geordie...
Half an ugg? Out of 5 uggs, half an ugg?
Oh, out of 5, is it? Okay. I'll give him a 2.5 ugg to kick it.
2.5, so you're saying
but
50% of an ugg boot that he's going to
I'm going to go Geordie, though, is about a solid 4 ugg. Like, I just, nothing against Chris, but hence that's why they're giving the start here to Geordie to have the kick. I saw some that he slotted on socials last week from the sideline. If his radar is on... He doesn't miss many. Hopefully
like
that commentator's curse has not happened.
On the
Come
22,
on, Geordie.
right on
Slosh
that
it.
left-hand touchline. On that eastern touchline.
So I'm backing him in here.
You're backing him in?
I'm backing him in.
You know what? I'm going to ride with you.
Let's do it.
All in.
Geordie to make it 14-7. Waverley. Here comes the kick from the far touchline in the sun in front of the Wave fans. What a kick.
It. Wow. And you wanted to give him half an ugg.
No, I was giving Chris Nay half an ugg. Geordie, I backed.
Oh, that was Geordie. See, I'm telling you, I can't see that far away. I saw the jersey. I couldn't tell you who it was.
So leave the commentary on the far end touchline to me.
Absolutely not. I will make wild accusations all the rest of this game.
As it comes over our side like this kickoff.
Massive.
Talk us through this, given you have the eyesight to see it.
Damon Lee straight down with the ball.
Hard player, good runner.
Big pass. Out to Zane Blake. Beats one.
Huh? Yeah. Here we go, big... I'm
fairly certain it was Big Ben's birthday the other day.
Who's our 5? That was a solid run through the middle. Is that Condek? No, sorry, Sam Wheeler. Sam Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Depth of the club. Sam Wheeler came through again, Colts, and then the grades.
Colts, grades, second grade, played a lot of second grade.
And you know what?
Has now earned his spot.
Well, yes, we have Storman O'Gorman out. You have Luke Smart out. You have numbers out, but it just shows the quality.
The fact that these guys can just come straight up, put a jersey on, and still keep this first grade side on top of the competition.
It's where the Panthers...
is no easy feat.
It's where the Penrith Panthers actually got their next man up policy from watching Blue Mountains Rugby on New South Wales Rugby TV.
They're not here to defend themselves, so I'm going to agree with you.
Bit of a pass down the back. Nate tried to bounce away, then goes through the middle. Quick play. Jake Butler-Fleming. Butler-Fleming falls down just in... manages to pop the ball. Waverley hits it back and gets it back. But no, we have a penalty here for Blueies on just inside their own half. Look to kick to the far touchline to get a line out from probably about the 10 metre on the Waverley side, to get more points as we claw back on the lead that is now only 7. They didn't. They played it quick. Quacky back inside.
Inside ball. Damon Lee. Pete Nay.
That's all right.
He is out, taken into touch by a gallant Waverley winger.
Great play there, getting it out wide to Quacky. Quacky then popping it back inside to Damon Lee. Solid, as I said before, giving him the raps of how good he can run in open space. Popped it out to Pete Nay, who unfortunately got taken out. But we do have territory. Territory is key in the great game they play in the heavens. And look, we now have to defend, keep them down there, and see if we can get the ball back in the attacking half to get some more points. But good play, Blue Mountains. Waverley retained at the line out. It goes out to Dreddy. Dreddy goes in and gets tackled just inside the 22. It's now going out the back to the 10 or 15. Can't see from here.
Clearance.
Big kick, good kick.
Just over halfway.
Look, fair play. It was a good kick. He was able to get it to about
10 metre
halfway.
Just before halfway.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's judges are. I'm impartial, but he's supposed to be more impartial. I feel like it went out a bit further down the line than that. But anyway,
Lockie Caldwell.
Blue Mountains will take the throw in here. The line out.
Good line out there by Lockie out the back to...
Communication there, but Blue Mountains gather...
Sorry.
Oh, no, the referee's called it not straight.
I say good line out, but obviously we don't have the line out in front of us.
Good heavens.
We can't see that it wasn't straight, unfortunately. It went out the back to Kondek, who was about to flick it out to the backs to show their finesse and their magic. But it's been called back now for a Waverley scrum on their 10 metre. Roughly, based on New South Wales Rugby's videographer, we're looking at about 28 minutes or so into the first half. Coming into the final 10. Not where you win the games, but where you can lose the game. You need to really make sure it's a solid final 10 to 15 here for Blueies to not just stay in it, but maybe get some more points. But, you don't want to also let in a try or two and have it blow out to a bit of a harder deficit to try and claw back in the second half. So big 10 minutes ahead. Let's see what's in store as Waverley gets ready to feed the scrums as the two big packs get ready to butt heads yet again. And they engage. And here the scrum is fed. Good push there by the Blue.
It's been a very even game so far. A lot of back and forth.
Has been. And look for that first 7-8 minutes, Waverley were definitely...
They were definitely on top.
They were
all over them. And the scoreboard shows it.
But since then...
This game's really evened out in the last 10 minutes.
Quite the arm wrestle. And
both sides just going through their motions, going through their movements.
100%.
Trying to position the other side into a corner.
Talks about the cricket pitch they're getting tackled on. As a back, I don't often get tackled in the middle of the field.
That pitch was removed along... Whoa!
It still looks like a cricket pitch, though.
Mumbai Express straight to Calcutta. Get that India once more.
How about a penalty here to Waverley on the halfway line? Will they kick for touch? It's like right in the middle, and then it's like, okay, well, which side do you want to go? He's literally right in the middle of the field here.
I feel the wind is going from left to right.
Okay, he's going to go across there. He's going to try and get it out.
To that,
I don't think that's out. Is it?
Line.
Oh, it is.
Anyway, as we were saying, the cricket pitch is no longer there.
Okay. When did that get taken out?
There's a bit of commotion.
Some commotion in the crowd. Some of the culties enjoying themselves. Without repeating the words, it may involve the words at the end of the song, down, down, down. to try and encourage someone to drink a certain type of beverage.
The referee is called knock on by Waverley.
But
It'll be a Blue Mountain scrum.
Good mix and party atmosphere from Colties enjoying themselves and cheering it on to the old boys here that played back in yesteryear. Even one of the founding members I met before that played back in, I believe, the 60s and 70s. And then you have families, kids running around. Just you don't beat this environment and culture in suburban rugby, given the catchment that Blue Mountains is fortunate enough to have. Great day. Back to Lapo, 2K24.
As you can see on camera, you can see a couple of the Waverley guys that have set up on the eastern touchline in their fancy dress outfit for the afternoon. What do you think
about their fancy dresses?
I love a club that buys into the away trip.
100%.
That buys into the dress up, the social side of rugby. You know,
big kick there by
Without
Geordie.
it, we wouldn't have anything. We'd be hang out, play a game, and leave again.
Oh. I'll get back to that in a second, but it was a dangerous play there by the winger to keep it in, throwing it back to the fullback as our winger was chasing down to make the tackle, almost intercept, really. But it did play out fortuitously for them. They made another 15 metres, went out, Blue Mountains line out. But look, back to your point on the Waves culture and buying into it. Yeah, look, I was talking with Brendan Bull.
I'm hoping the camera can see those pink pants.
But Brendan Bull earlier today.
See those pink pants.
There we go, zooming in for us on the party vibe.
Look at those little rippers.
Oh, hang on, that's Jay Brick there. Shout out to Jay Bricky with his yellow hair. A once third and fourth grader, now down in the dwells of a sixth grade I saw today. But hey, Jay, you're still playing. Well done, mate. Great full credit to you for trying after we beat you in the grand final a few years ago in the Judd Cup. But enough direct banter at you, Jay. You're a good bloke. Enjoy a beer. And good to see you still in the club.
Waverley survive again. A Blue Mountains knock on here. Waverley will survive the scrum here. What do you think they'll do, Grant? Anything other than a kick?
No, they're definitely going to kick. I mean, look, there's a lot of, as you said, like English, Irish, Scottish, anything-ish that comes from the Northern Hemisphere is basically playing for them that's been imported. So it's very Northern Hemisphere style rugby. They will kick it.
They haven't been imported.
Not imported, sorry. But they've come across. They've brought themselves across. They
get a job. And they've thought, you know what? Let's all move to the same suburb.
Correct.
Of our whole.
Yes, but look, I feel like given their backgrounds, wherever they may come from in the different areas of the world that we love to engage with in this multicultural society, they will kick it because that's Northern Hemisphere style rugby. They're not going to try and run it from their own 22 when they're up 14-7 with about 5 or 6 to go. So, I mean, to be fair, though, even Aussie rugby, we probably wouldn't do it either.
No.
Rugby smart heads would say kick it here.
Let's see what unfolds in front of us.
We will. Here we go.
Referee really taking his time here to get this scrum set up.
Yeah, look, you're right. There was some great colours over there. They got a speaker you can somewhat hear even in the distance that they're playing their own music, enjoying themselves, which is awesome to see, given it's back to Lapo. We want everyone to come here and have fun. Well, the scrums get packed. Here we go, finally, after about a minute or two. They do pack the scrum. And Waves get a penalty. Not being a forward, I don't know what that penalty was for.
There's a plethora of penalties that come out, and you have to ask what it was for. For such a minute, small indiscretion, the whistle can blow without even realising what you've done.
But good kick there, on about halfway in front of the Waves party crew. Line out. 5 or 6 to go here in the first half. Tight game as we all expected. I guess you start to think as well that we do have, as a first grade unit, the minor premiership wrapped up. Given we play Waverley maybe, or the Hunters Hill next week.
Yeah, depending on results,
if you're Coach Rams and Coach Ritchie having to make the hard decisions, are you bringing off any of your key players like Chris Nay, Pete Nay, Geordie McGregor, Butler Fleming? Are you bringing any of those types of guys, and not just discredit anyone else in the team I haven't mentioned there, but are you bringing up any of the key players early?
It depends on the coach's thoughts and plans for the future. It depends on who's got niggling injuries.
Yeah. I mean, like a Geordie coming back.
This game is definitely needed for momentum to move into the finals.
Agreed.
Waverley will be there.
Yeah.
you can't take any game lightly in this.
That's
one.
fair.
You
That's
can't decide, oh, well, we're going to pull guys off just because we're playing next week. You can't tank.
No.
There is no
There's
benefit
no
to
tanking.
doing that
But maybe, the benefit could be you have the likes of, on the bench, a Cameron Kitching, a Bailey Tebet, some young blood, exciting talent that you could put them in such a big match. It's just going to help their experience to be
some great
the
young
next
players. Here we go.
Quockies of the world, like we're seeing
Clark.
run the ball right now. Geordie with the ball with the inside. And
Oh, Waverley
It is
taking the
intercepted.
intercept. Oh, no. Heartbreak for Blue Mountains. Only minutes from half time. Waverley will score right next to the post.
Good effort there shown by Quock, when most others would have just, like they are now, just walked back to the in-goal. Quocky absolutely sprinted there, gassed himself to try and push the guy out even just a couple of metres, or even make an effort if he could have to knock the ball out. So, look, something that might have gone missed there as the play evolved. Quock, well done in just that effort play. Unfortunately, what didn't come off, and intercept to Waves to go up 19-7 with a kick to come, likely 21-7. Not long before half-time, as the replays, if it was showing, which are Jordan McGregor on the far side trying to pop the inside ball to Pete Nay, and unfortunately the Waves defender read it like a book. And we move on. Blue is capable of multiple points, often scoring 40-plus in games. Definitely do not rule them out just as a result of being down by potentially 14 at the half. Kick to come, here it goes. I mean, that's just
5 Ugg boots.
You've already got your Ugg on. You're at home watching the footy, the Uggs are already on your feet. You're not missing that ever.
No. And if you do, you shouldn't be kicking that ball.
Some other good sponsors of the club that obviously help us maintain the status, and prestige and fund being able to play each week, that we should give a shout out to. OP Manufacturing Group, David Opie. He's been around for years in the club. We have it on all of our, I believe, shirts, jerseys, and he's great. Obviously, the biggest one that came back this week, actually I'll get to them in a second, but also Grid Electrical.
Grid Electrical, the major sponsor.
Major sponsor. The Rutleys continue to invest in Blues.
The reason why our Colts are able to be on the field is because of Grid Electrical.
Correct. Yes, it's amazing the money they pump in to help
more
support
than
Blues.
anyone ever could. And their gestures with it are incredible.
Yeah, and where everyone will be likely going on majority after the game today is Chris Nay boots it back from inside our half to the winger looking in the sun.
Oh, he calls the mark.
He called it
That's
late.
A smart play there.
But as he's taken the mark, Lapstone Hotel. Back to Lapo Day.
Back to Lapstone Day.
It just
back
makes
to
sense.
Lapstone Hotel. It does. For years, there's been a disconnect between the Blue Mountains Rugby and Lapstone Hotel, but now that it's finally been reconnected,
yeah,
it's everything the Mountains.
Thank you to Blue Mountains Rugby management, like George Fitno-Giannis, John Daniels, Luke Williams, who would have made this happen in terms of the negotiation with Lapstone Hotel. It's good to have them back on board because we play at Lapo. We should always be going to the Lapo.
Their cheese and garlic pizza is unreal.
Cheese and garlic pizza?
Yes. I'm a sucker for an entree.
Okay. The spicy chicken burger is not a bad go-to as well.
It is.
They've just started to give them a bit more of a plug. I was there yesterday. They have started signing up as members, so it's gotten a bit more official, giving away a Toyota RAV4. Every $50 you spend, you go on the chance to win a RAV4. So get to Lapstone Hotel tonight after back to Lapo Day. Spend some cash there.
I wonder if that counts with the pokies.
I'm not sure if gambling funds go towards the tickets, but you can ask the management.
Here we go, Chris Nay, broken the line, and he's tackled on halfway.
Jordan McGregor wanted to show him inside. They didn't get there in time, Pete. And Geordie's been wrestled down to the ground. I think it's been stolen off him as well, actually. No, we're still wrestling for the ball in the middle. Blueies have retained. Can't be long left according to the clock we're looking at. We're coming up on 40 minutes, but obviously we go by the New South Wales rugby referee's clock of his own. But again, they try the inside play. You know what? credit right
Let
there
them keep
because...
going. Up, the offload's come up. Waverley.
Yeah, penalty to us. But what happened right there is that's the
Mountain.
exact same play in the exact same spot that took the intercept. But they had the courage to say, you know what? Intercepts happened once. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Let's go again. So they tried the same play. It didn't come off. Obviously no intercept this time, but we get the penalty. Pushing down almost inside or just inside the 22. Bluey's attacking line out. Massive here. If they can sneak a try in and go in the half down by 7, I think they'll actually take that as a win in the first half.
21-7.
Given
Waverley really showing
the
their
start.
arm here.
Oh, they're a strong club all the way through all grades. Made numerous, I believe, Kentwell finals. I think they might have been, not sure if they snuck a Kentwell premiership a few years back when they played Drummoyne.
Possibly.
But I know they're always there or thereabouts. Here comes the throw. It's up. It's gone deep. It's gone, and we've unfortunately lost the ball here in a barnstorming run by Waverley to get up to the 10-metre line. Quick play comes out, hit up, still inside their own half, but have momentum, have numbers out wide. If they spin this, they do have large numbers. Good pressure defence there by Tom Kwok. He realised he was outnumbered and said, I have to jam in here. Makes a tackle and also then makes Waverley lose metres. Goes again, Kwoki. The fitness on this character. Can go all day, the Energizer Bunny. But unfortunately, a penalty. Slowing that momentum that we had in defence, pushing them back. They've taken the tap, they've kicked it out. That's half-time. 21-7, Waverley up at the moment. Back to Lapstone Day 2024.
Double of green and blue. Profit. Cheers. Snag and sizzle.
When the Culties are going again on the hill, enjoying themselves is an understatement. The final half. Back to Lapstone Day after a massive day of games. This is it. Blueies down 21-7. Playing third place Waverley. Can they come back in front of an absolutely blockbuster crowd on the Blueies hill? Chris with the kick. 7 for Waverley, and he gets hit from all angles, goes down, keeps the ball. 9 passes it now out the back for a clearing kick, where Chris is back to retrieve it. Have a run. Going to put it back in the corner. No, he's not. Show, go. Chris Nay's away. Chris is away. Steps inside. Where's his support? He's still going, Chris Nay. Still going. Tackled inside the attacking 22. We have the ball. It's Waverley's got it back, unfortunately. And we have at the back there, Geordie McGregor now with the ball.
Blue Mountains go in for the right. Oh, they've called the penalty.
It's a Blueies penalty.
Not sure exactly what it's for. Head high tackle.
But Geordie McGregor's going to look to kick it into the corner across the field for an attacking line-out. See if they can get some early points here. Back on the board to reduce the 14-point lead.
That's a good kick there, just outside the 22. Blue Mountains attacking the clubhouse end of the field. Let's see.
That's it. Line out, just about 25 out.
Let's see what they can do here. Let's see if they
backline set.
They can get over for a bit of a meat pie. 4 and 20.
Yeah, they've got it. Damon goes up. It's now out to Geordie. Geordie passes it on. Butler Fleming, hard run through the middle. Now out. You have Geordie takes the hit after having a bit of a show go himself. We're now inside the attacking 22. Pete Nay now getting in there to get some involvement, get some touches. He was telling me earlier today about how wing can be a mixed position in the amount of touches you get. Some games you might be in it up to your neck and it's the ball's always around you, you're always tackling, always touching, or it can be on the opposite side where you feel like you're getting cold out on the wing, as is the nature of playing a winger. So he's looking for involvement. Good to see Pete get in there. But now Condek with the ball. Hard run. Stopped about 7 metres out. Managed to pop it. Penalty here to Blueies.
Penalty.
Takes the quick tap. Oh, is it not allowed? No. Not allowed.
Blue Mountains here. Chris Nay, step, left foot. Down about 1 metre from the try line. Quick.
And
yes,
Blueies
and
are over.
5 points.
Graham
back in it.
Condek. If there's a
Wow.
more deserving bloke to get
GK Electrical.
a 4
Another
and 20
sponsor of
metre
the
pie.
club, Graham Condek. The
If you need
stalwart of the front row of that first grade side.
For any electrical needs, give Graham a call. GK Electrical goes over there for a try to reduce the deficit down to what should be 7, with Geordie having a 5 arg. He doesn't a not missable conversion, and that's a commentator's curse.
I'd say a
Hopefully
4.9.
not given. But no, it should be 21-14 in just a moment. Very good. All right, Geordie. With the ball boy being, again, it's good to see the kids running around of players that you see throughout the day. I believe, is that Toby out there?
Is that a Skinner running out there?
No little skins out there today,
there's
unfortunately.
No mini skins out
They weren't here early enough, and we didn't have enough trainer shirts to pass around.
Yes.
And they're being quite strict today, the ground marshals, about needing a trainer shirt to be inside the rope.
How many people do you reckon here today? Do
Uh,
you reckon we're at 1,000?
No, I'll go 700.
It's
Solid.
This is big.
It is big. It's
a
large.
big day. Here we go. Waverley to restart.
21-14.
It looks like they're going to kick left into the sun.
A tit-for-tat type of game.
Go, kick it deep. Blue
Pete,
Mountains.
no, Quacky takes it. Passes it to Chris. Chris looked to kick, but then he shaped up and then had a bit quick run. Bluey's tackled now. Can they? Oh, they've lost the ball. No,
They've lost
they
the
are.
ball.
They can be susceptible, Blueys, to putting on a show, scoring a try, but then giving one back quickly. So hopefully, with a clearing kick
clearance
there
kick.
from
Touch judge has
McGregor.
given it 10 metres from the try line.
Maybe that's not the case.
15.
So with an around the grounds, brought to you by Grid Electrical, we have in the other clash that is the notable clash. If Mossman was to beat Hunters and Waverley was to win here today, I believe is the equation.
Yeah.
Waverley can get into the top 2. Hunters is cementing their top 2 spot, looks like at the moment.
What's the score?
20-3 at Baronia Park. We then have colleagues over Lenfield 10-5 at the moment, and Forest down by 3 in a tight one to Drummoyne at the large Drummoyne Oval. But Hunters 20-3 at this rate, even if I believe Waverley do win, you would see Hunters Hill progress into, say, the top 2. And next week you will have Blueys versus Hunters, Waverley versus Linfield at Drummoyne Oval.
Drummoyne Oval, week 1 of the finals.
So thank you for hosting the finals, Drummoyne. Unfortunately, the Dirty Reds won't be in attendance, though, in the Kentwell Cup.
Unfortunately not. Previous premiers, too.
Oh, they're a quality. I mean,
they'd won the comp.
yeah, exactly right. They're
It just shows the strength and the diversity of this division and this competition within the division.
yes, exactly
The
right.
Kentwell Cup is so.
Here we go.
There can be different winners every year. There's teams that do.
Oh, the run around by
Blake
Quacky.
with the pop. Zank, Tom Kwok, the Mumbai Express. He
He popped another triple barrel.
Tom Kwok.
Triple barrel
Tom
back inside
Kwok.
the Quacky.
He's short of the try line.
They're on the attack here, the Blueys. They are on the attack.
Here we
The
go,
crowd
Jackson.
is going to go
Jackson
absolutely
with 9.
wild if they can go over here. Daniel Ferrugia
Spanner.
wants the ball.
Daniel
Does the
Ferrugia.
Spanner get a try? No.
Just short of the line.
Damon,
Damon Lee.
the
Damon.
big bulldog.
Hit
Bounces
the
off
spin.
one, bounces off 2.
Bounces off one,
He's in
and
for
he's
a
in
big
for a
pie.
try.
Damon Lee. Eat your heart out. Well done, Damon. Quality meat pie. Well earned right there. He's playing fantastic today. One of the best in my book.
That is there. That's a top shelf.
Fantastic
Good hit,
form
bump, spin,
by Damon
still
Lee.
gets there, works hard, gets to the line, scores the try.
And Damon, I know you're a doggy supporter, so I'll give you a live update. 16-10 Bulldogs over Dolphins.
Nobody cares
30
about
minutes to
rugby
go
league
in the
on this
second
channel.
half.
Sorry, Grant.
It's all right. We can be multi-sport on this commentary team.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Given we live in rugby league heartland, it would be remiss not to talk about a little bit of league. And Damon is a solid Bulldog. Loves his doggies just as I do. Good to see the doggies, this year's premiers, or eventual premiers, ahead of the Dolphins at the moment. As McGregor steps up to tie things up. And Blueys, what a first 5 or so minutes here in the second half. As I said in the first half, that 14-point deficit is nothing when you're talking about this Blue Mountains outfit and what they can do in attack. Great play there. Tom Kwok down the side. Damon following up in support. Good little run around by Quacky on about halfway if you were to rewind this and go back and watch it. That then created his space, and all that Tuesday night training against his girlfriend at St. John's Oval is paying dividends.
Here we go. Waverley.
Waverley with the ball. The sun's starting to creep out of the oval.
Just grafting. Here we go. Waverley got to send it
Oh,
wide.
solid hit.
Good, solid hit by Zane, the 12. Hasn't he been a great inclusion this year? Coming across from Rugby League in Penrith.
Yep.
Sammy, the Mumbai Express gets him again.
The Zane train, we
He's
should
on
call
time
him.
every time.
Butler Fleming back into the spanner. Spanner, did he just pretend to kick it there? But anyway, he takes the tackle.
Back to his days as a junior 10.
Was he?
I totally made that.
Wouldn't,
play.
okay, I was going to say, you wouldn't pick Spanner to be a 10.
No. Oh, the referee's called a penalty here against the Blue Mountains. Waverley, get off the hook with that one. Blue Mountains a little bit of gamesmanship there. Anyway,
Unfortunately, though, good momentum, but given away, and now Waverley given a breather and penalty to get them out of a bit of a piggyback situation, or in a piggyback situation here, to get into the attacking half
really
of Blues.
let Waverley off the hook there.
Massively. With the momentum, it really killed that momentum of the 2 tries. You thought Blues were going to put another one on. Unfortunately, not to be. Waverley's line out just inside the Blue Mountains half. 21 all. Absolute blockbuster, as we'd anticipated. Just fantastic form.
2 great clubs going head-to-head.
Exactly right.
The most eastern and most western clubs of this division. It's great to see, it's just an awesome day. It's great to see these 2 teams really
Back to
going
Lapo's
at
a fantastic
going
day.
hard at it. These 2 clubs.
And here we go. Tonganavalu. Say that 3 times fast. Tonganavalu, though, is having an absolute blinder today. And we have the ball coming out now to
There's not a lot doing there.
Wheeler.
And they're going to call
what's that for?
The pass behind his own player.
No, that's a silly
That's
penalty.
a coach killer. That's
100%.
an absolute coach killer.
You fought so hard to get back into the game, and you're giving away penalties like that. Disappointing, but nonetheless, we all make mistakes. Get your head back up, get the ball back, and let's get up 28-21 in the near future. But the ball, they've gone for touch. They haven't made it. No one was back on the line, though. The winger's now chasing. They could throw a try here. Did Waverley just...
What's happened here? Blue Mountains have grounded the ball dead.
Okay, so it just
the referee's
seems...
called a goal line dropout here.
As they look back at this game, unfortunately, there's been a few moments in the past 5 minutes. It seems like it's somewhat of a switch off by Blueies. And that was another example where you didn't have anyone back on the touchlines ready to be able to,
So
anticipate and collect.
On camera, an ode to a fallen brother of ours, Matthew Childs. He loved the wizard stick, the old staff.
But to the point that
we actually honour two fallen Blueies that have passed on over the years. Grant Opie, son of Dave Opie, Opie Engineering, and Matty Child. So this is our first.
Matty Child, my brother.
We love him very much.
We all miss him.
We miss him dearly. But as part of that, his go was the wizard staff, they call it.
The wizard beers, and you see
to make a stick.
Who's that over there with about 20 on their wizard?
Is the Grand Wizard.
It's the Grand Wizard, is it?
Yes.
There you go.
So, a little ode to him.
Fantastic. It's a good bit of the club culture. The wizard and enjoying yourself and tying your empties together.
Clearance there.
But to what I was talking to just a moment ago is they need to switch back on. The touch kick didn't, the kick for touch didn't find touch, but no one was back ready to collect it. Just seems like there's been a few minutes there where unfortunately Blueies have switched off from passing behind the back to then no one being ready to collect and then having to ground the ball in the in goals. Hopefully now Chris, Geordie can get behind the troops and say, come on boys, this is it. Let's put Waves to the sword. Let's show them what they're going to run into if they make it that far to actually meet us in the finals. And everyone does switch back on because it's gone a little bit lackadaisical the past few minutes, but we just know the potential, which is why that's 5 minutes disappointing. But here we go. Blueies with the ball, I believe, in their own 22. And they can score from anywhere on the field. Attacking flair all over the park. Even when they are missing key players across the park. The Aparamas, the Gus McGraths, and a few others.
The Luke Smarts.
Smarty, yeah. Oh, I remember Smarty in the grand final last year. The chant went wild. We love you, Smarty. We do. We love you, Smarty. We do. We love you, Smarty. We do. Oh, Smarty, we love you. So the chant went up for Smarty last year, and if you're listening right now, Smarty, missing you today, but hopefully see you absolutely have some blockbuster finals, resting up right now, seeing the double blue as we touch wood, beat Hunters, and move on to the GF for 2 years in a row in Kentwell.
That's the
as we look to go back to back. Waves on the attack here. They've been given an advantage, I believe, from what I've seen. Looking to spin it out wide. The wingers come in for a bit of a run like Nate did on our side earlier. Their wingers wanted to get some involvement. Gets tackled. They put in a grubber. It's not going to go anywhere. And they're going to go back for the advantage penalty. So that's why they had put the kick through. Bit of a wrestle for the ball. Dane Train didn't want to give it back to them. But Waves have got the ball back now. Looking for a quick tap. They actually decide otherwise. They will take likely... I'd say you go for a scrum here.
Yeah,
what would you do?
Go for a scrum here, surely.
Walking down the touchline in front of us, Jay Rick. Jay Rick is
inspirational fifth grade coach.
Inspirational. He has to take more. You've never seen more tape put on a man than what you see put on Jay Rick before a game.
His knee guards, his knee braces are literally put together with grey duct tape.
Is basically, if you look at what the Iron Man would look like if his suit was just made out of tape.
The Iron Man if he was made, yes, with tape.
So it's the tape man. That's not a bad one for Jay Rick. We shall call him the tape man. But Maul here for Waverley as they look to take the lead back over Blueies, attacking on the far side. The ball's taken down. The backs are forming out left. Scrum half looks left. No, but he's going to pass it right to the 15. 15 with some space in a bit of a 2-on-3. He passes it out wide to the 14. Bumps off one tackle, bumps off another, unfortunately, for Blue Mountains, and he does go over in the corner to give Waverley the lead, 26-21, with a kick to come. As Bluey's set up for the kick, famous Ross Kirkham in the background. Prolific try scorer for Blue Mountains Rugby. Ran around the park this morning, showing somewhat of the...
Ross Kirkham, can we get you over here? Are you part of a reunion side today?
Please.
We'd love a bit of a
So we've got a guest commentator coming in. Ross Kirkham to talk about how many tackles he made in his career.
Ross Kirkham made. I'm going to go unders. 5.5
You could count on one hand in his career compared to the tries he scored. But Ross, I'm going to pass you in here.
What's the score, Grant?
So 26-21 with a kick to come.
We're just resting. We're resting.
So what do you think here firstly about the kick? Is he going to slot it?
No.
Oh.
Whoa, it's a no.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 up. That's my multi. First one.
Fantastic. And the first leg's down, but then that's when you, after you always fall on the first leg, you know you always reinvest.
That's right.
That's how the tab gets you. Sportsbet gets you.
How are you still sober? Are you sober?
I am sober.
Yeah, are you really? Any sleep last night?
Anyone behind the commentary box has to be sober, Rossi.
True. Oh, okay, yeah. We've signed a pre-waiver, have we?
So do you want to give that headset back?
Yeah.
But welcome, Mr. Kirkham. How many tries in first grade did you score? What was the tally?
Yeah, how many burgled? Or
No, we're not. Hey,
a few.
Just like Jordan would always say, you know.
That's right.
You need to make the shots in order to actually, or go for the shots in order to make them, even though you may miss more than you actually get. So, no, it was good. You
have we got a good old-fashioned kicking duel here? Yes, we do.
Oh, we do.
I haven't seen one of these since 1986. Oh, keep it in. Keep it in, please. That was a kicking duel.
But
mini kicking duel, yeah.
How were the Hemis after this morning, Rossi?
Terrible.
Played in the old boys game, Mr. Kirkham.
I don't know
ran
if
around.
I actually broke a sweat, to be honest. You ran a bit. You got a bit of a
I tried
there,
to.
over
and then
in
I was
far left corner.
Far
what
left
is
corner.
that? The southeastern corner?
Yeah, look, towards the Waverley end.
Went to the video for about 3 to 4 minutes as Doddsy.
Look, it's always nice to get off the nudie run in an old boys game, and that's what I did this year.
We don't need to see that. We do not need to see that.
So it was glorious.
You know, when as a winger / fullback / outside back, if you're doing a nudie run, it's time to hang up the boots, isn't it? So you haven't played
exactly
it all
right.
Year, have you? Maybe
I played
games?
2 other games.
Yeah.
2 other games. One
was it
absolute.
Last year when you peaked, you were just outrageous. Was it the year before?
When I peaked in 2020, I think.
Yeah, that was it 2020?
Well,
How long ago?
I've got my highlights reel. I can show you a video by Clutch TV at the time.
I'm picturing Uni New South Wales down there,
Yep.
finals footy, outstanding. Oh, thank you, much needed.
That was when the skin plane was born. But we don't need the listeners to get into that.
You know how
Just
that
go
ended
on.
for Jared Hayne, the other skin plane.
No,
didn't you?
we're not talking. Not talking about Jared.
In jail.
We're not talking anything other than rugby.
Talking rugby. But no, that was good. We got into the grand final, but we don't need to talk about the result of the grand final.
I don't remember that.
No,
Do you?
exactly.
No,
I
that's
don't.
right, yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I don't. Mossman, was that who we played? I don't even know.
Fourth grade?
Yeah.
Oh, Mossman, that's, yeah.
I actually remember winning the Judd 2 years ago.
Salary cap that year, so.
I remember that. Exactly right.
But true. Very, very true. The money's dried up there,
so
hasn't
good.
it, this year? Are they in any finals this year, Mossman?
No, I don't
They're
know.
not as dominant as they once
No,
were.
you're right. When I first joined, or when we first got to First Division, they were the premier club of First
They
Div.
were. We've sank them. Who's next?
No, so look, Waverley were
Sank
talking
everyone,
before.
technically, I guess,
Waverley,
haven't we? So
Waverley's gone up and down from being glorious to having some tougher years, but they're back to having.
hope here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're back to having some really good years throughout the grades. They're on top on most, and they're coming third in the Kentwell.
Waverley crowd. We are technically, aren't we?
What's
or is
that?
it just Blue? Who's our audience? Is it Blue Mountains or is it Waverley?
It could be anybody. It's all of Sydney.
All right.
All of Suburban
I'll
Rugby
hear it towards
TV
that.
who are tuning into the minor premiers clash against the third place Waverley.
I like Waverley.
Yeah, I like
We've had
it.
a long history with Waverley. There's a surfboard.
I was
in
going to
the
say
club,
that.
so,
Do you have any context for the surfboard that was given?
No, it was a bit before my time, but I just know it was there, and I know that there's a good affiliation with the Waverley Club.
I believe
and
it
look,
was.
we've taken the piss the last 5 to 10 minutes, but they are a good club, and there's a lot of respect there. So
Exactly right.
yeah, hopefully this is a bit of a grand final preview.
Yeah, I
No
do hope.
disrespect Hunters Hill, but yeah.
No, but look, I was looking at the live ladder before.
Yep.
Hunters does look like they're going to lock in second place.
Oh, okay, yep.
So
Waverley
Waves
going to
will
have to do it the hard way. Who
Yeah,
will they have next week,
Linfield.
theoretically? Linfield.
Linfield.
Okay. Were you down there last week for that one?
No.
Nah.
No, unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I haven't been around too many games this year. A couple of home games for the Blueies, but
Family
definitely
life,
follow
eh?
them through the finals. Yeah, just as you get a little bit older, you have to
I know
put
that
away
feeling.
putting the height. Make
What are you still in your 30s?
I can't be without making my own highlights reel. I'm trying to let my kids make
mate, I'm
theirs.
looking forward to that. Yep.
Albeit they have a lot to chase within what I can
Exactly.
show.
Lot to live up to.
Lot to live up to.
This man was the
When
the
you say this
doyen,
man,
the doyen of commentary, old Goover down there,
there we go.
the Ray Warren. I feel like
Oh.
Matt Thompson up here. I'm just,
Hang on. And we have Waverley away. The 15 pops it.
Yeah, back
18.
to the game.
Don't argue.
Oh,
Waves in for
this
another
makes
try.
things very interesting. Makes things very interesting. Where's Blake? I probably need.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Blake Dixon will be back shortly into the commentary team.
This makes for an interesting last 20, 25 minutes or so, I presume.
100%.
How long to go?
Oh, 15 to 20. If we're looking at the cameraman's clock that he
19
has,
minutes.
about 19 minutes.
There we go.
19 minutes to go.
It's been a seesawing battle, this one. All Waverley first half, a little bit of a
But then that's
Blue Mountains around half.
Yep.
And
Blue
then
Mountains
Waverley
came
turned
back
it
out
on.
strong, and when I got to 21-21, in my mind I was thinking,
there's
they're
a lot
going
of
to kick on
momentum.
here.
Yeah.
I thought they'd kick on. But, you got to give credit to Waverley because they held strong and said, no, we're back in
Absolutely.
this. And now they put another 2 tries back on to bring the lead back to what the halftime lead was at 14 points.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Waverley today, I must admit.
Yeah. They are a very good club, good bunch of blokes, and love that they embrace we're talking before about the whole
Absolutely,
party
yeah.
bus atmosphere.
Yep.
Bring the numbers every time, stick around after the game. Other clubs, sometimes you have a handful of guys you can count on 1 or 2 hands that are there for the boat race.
That's a solid hill over there. Oh, it's not a hill,
It's
but
solid.
the other side.
It's a solid gathering
It's a
party
solid sideline.
in the 80s disco atmosphere. As Brad Morgan, the Twos coach, walks past me, giving
I've
the
always
wave to
enjoyed
the
going
camera.
to Waverley too. Our bus trips there have been solid too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
place to go down there at. I'm
Well-
trying to think of Waverley Oval, but the grandstand.
What's their
opened
pub you
by
go to?
Malcolm.
What's their pub you go to afterwards?
Oh yeah, down the road there.
Is it Beach Road?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a good setup where you go upstairs, and then when I was there a couple of years back, They literally put almost like lock-style doors on, so the public can't get in, but and then they just turn it into their own vibe. It is fantastic, the setup they have.
The Roosters way. They lock
The
themselves
Roosters
away
way.
from the public so they can do whatever they want. God love them.
Uncle Nick is behind Waverley as well, as he, I'm sure, has flown a few of the English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh across to be part of this Kentwell run.
That's right. Absolutely. So we up the Lapstone Hotel tonight?
Yeah, we'll give the sponsor a call out before about it. You know, it just makes sense this year that we're back in line to Lapstone Hotel.
Yep.
But yeah, Lapo Day, Lapo Hotel. I'm sure I'll see you there for a couple of ales.
Absolutely.
As a Blaxland boy myself, where are you based these days?
Yellow Rock, so it's a bit of a hike from the Lapstone Hotel, but
But also good for you to not have to be going down the hill like our previous alignment was with other pubs in the years gone past.
Very, very. May have sent me into retirement.
100. So wait, are you saying now that Lapstone Hotel is our sponsor, you're going to come out of retirement?
Yeah. Only if you
That's
come
what
back.
I heard.
Here
All
he is.
All right. So
here's Matty Thompson. You want to come back, Matty Thompson?
So the listeners have just heard it live. Ross Kirkham is back next year with Lapstone Hotel sponsoring.
Stupid contract.
We'll get him on a contract.
So we got
a free beer for every try he scores.
Sounds like a Roy Simmons contract.
There we go. It's
you
good,
Blake? Oh yeah, down. No problems. He needs a beer. Is he getting you one? All right, whose feeder we got here? Blue Mountains. This is where it probably needs to happen a little bit for Blue Mountains here, or they're going to be leaving it very, very late.
It's almost a bit of now or never with about...
a little bit. Not quite.
15 minutes to go.
A little bit like the Panthers, aren't they, where you think, oh...
and then they put 3 on. So I wouldn't want to be a Parramatta supporter.
I've heard your Bulldogs are up 18-10 at the moment.
Okay. I've been given a few live updates as Damon Lee went over before.
I haven't ruined the score for you.
But Chris Nay to Tonganovalu. Unfortunately, the Nay pass wasn't as precise as I've seen previous Nay passes.
Penalty, that helps for the Mountains.
There is a penalty.
Can we get a live score update from Bundaberg?
Live score update, Bundaberg, 18-10 Bulldogs over Dolphins, as Dogs will look to retain the 5th place. Yeah, similar time, exactly right. But here we go. This is...
Are you calling Bulldogs top 4 yet, or are you going to reserve judgment until full time?
Not necessarily
up at full time.
Not necessarily top 4, but I am calling the Dogs will win the comp this year.
Okay, yep. You're going with a 1974, 1994.
But don't get me started on the pattern. That's correct. The previous year when we won last as well, the Panthers won the year before.
Yep. There you go. Wow.
The previous year that we won in 04, we had a brand new captain who had never captained before in that year.
In 04?
In 04, Andrew Ryan.
Was this after the salary cap scandal or before?
It was.
It was after?
It was.
Now, Bobcat, very respected Dubbo.
Dubbo born bred. If we go Dubbo connection, you got Matt Burton.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all happening. The stars are aligning.
Jesus,
but
stars are
as we throw it back in, we'll move back to rugby union.
We digress.
We digress.
But that's rugby, right?
Waverley's kept it.
In play where you need to...
You need to fill the gaps. And given we are out west, despite being a great club that can field...
happy with that. Depends on this
9
kick.
grades.
Oh, it's not too bad.
We can talk league. Nay takes it. Good take.
It's in play.
Show go. Quacky wants it. He goes himself. Nay. Gets a penalty. Quick tap. Quick tap. Nay's away. To Quack. Through the middle. Where's his... Get over him. They're about 15 out in front of the posts. Blueies need to strike here. Pete Nay now bounces around. Gets back in. Goes in the middle. Still going. Bring it out left. No plus ball given. Just takes the hit. Blueies retain the ball. And then goes back out. Another just hit up through the middle. As they inch by inch try to get closer to the try line.
This is as many phases the Blueies have had in the second half, I'm going to say.
Yeah, they're retaining it well. Another hit up here. They're about 10 out in front of the post. They need to score here to bring the deficit back down to 7 to make it a game and potentially go on to win. But that's really integral. They can convert this territory into points. Good take there by Nay, my God. Tonganovalu. Oh, he steps out. Oh! Sorry if I yelled into the microphone there. It looked like a little bit of a...
Referees found his whistle this second half. Oh!
Looked like a little bit of a spear tackle there, despite it being called a penalty. The 10 had a bit of a argy-bargy with Quacky, who put him down to the ground as he tried to get in their faces. Refs now pause the game to have a chat to the captain to ensure that the boys are behaved here for the last 15 minutes and not let
I reckon he's bringing out the card.
physicality, get involved
What
to
do you
ruin the
reckon?
game. I think
next indiscretion.
he's
card?
given the warning.
Yep.
He's given the formal warning.
Oh. All right, we're down to the last 13 minutes.
Here we go, down to the last 13
minutes. It's another do-or-die situation here.
They're still on the attack, though. They've still got the ball. About 5 metres out on the far touchline.
Very interesting.
Can they score in front of the crowd to get the crowd into it? Get the 16th man involved.
Yep.
Here in Kaimi corner, he'd love me to call it. Oh, no, but it goes over the back. Pete Ney, though, retains the ball from bouncing through Quackie's hands.
Support.
Still Blue Mountains
high.
ball.
Here's Mr. Dixon.
No.
What do you reckon?
So, Mr.
What do you reckon,
Kirkham.
Blake? Do or die? We've just lost the ball, Blue Mountains, but
Do or die. 35 to 21. How long we got left on the clock there?
12 minutes.
12 minutes? Look, I don't think it's an
here comes the
insurmountable
cavalry.
task. Gav Duncan,
substitutions.
Cam Kitching, Bailey Tebbett.
What could
3
possibly
backs.
go wrong? It's a wild night out with those three. But hey, they're coming on to first grade to see what can happen here. We're throwing everything at them.
So what do we think next year? Can we sign you up for a 5th grade
Well,
jersey?
apparently I just signed a contract there verbally.
Verbally? Well, it's in
I can't
writing.
remember
It's
how it
recorded.
happened, but there was something that happened there between Skinner and I.
I could see you playing
something
on a regular
stupid was
basis,
said, I
but-
believe.
You and Skinner saying something stupid? I
Fifth
do not
grade's
believe it.
lofty heights from where I was this morning in 8th grade, so, you know, I'm going to have to train.
Maybe.
I'm not going to give up a drink.
No. 5th grade, if you give up the drink, you can't play 5th
Correct.
grade.
You go up to 4th grade.
It's a 5th grade prerequisite.
How's your year been this year, Blake?
My
All right?
year's
Yeah?
been
Happy
quite
with it?
good. So,
Bit of second
started
grade?
out in 3rd
Bit of
grade.
First grade.
No 1st grade this year for me. Started out in 3rd grade and 2nd grade, a few trials.
Yep.
Floated in between the two sides. Yeah, it's been a
You got
great
club
year.
captain written all over you, I think, after Mr. Kenny
I don't
may
think
hang
so.
up the boots.
Mr.
Potentially.
Kenny,
I'm not hearing any rumours.
Mr. Kenny, the better Kenny.
Yeah.
He'll never hang up
But if
the
he ever
boots.
hangs up the boots, I reckon
he-
I'm calling it. I reckon you're the man.
I don't think so. I'm happy to help where I can, but Mr. Kenny himself, he loves the limelight.
He does.
The limelight is his calling.
Oh, yeah. He does a good job.
He does the best job.
All right, we're down to the last 10 minutes here. Waverley feed, I believe, which doesn't favour the Blueies.
No. But being
But
5
for
metres from
the
the
third
try
time
line,
this afternoon in this game, it's do or die.
Blue Mountains push the scrum
there
very,
it
very
is.
hard here.
Hey!
Penalty to Blue Mountains' advantage.
I'm not biased, but that's a good decision.
You're not biased. Grant Skinner's the most
Is
biased
he?
commentator
Wow.
we've
Oh,
ever
well, He
had.
was very level-headed in those last 10 minutes. All right, boys, thank you very much for having me. Bring us home these last 10 minutes.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks for coming, mate. Appreciate it.
There we go. Thank you. See you at the Lapstone Hotel, Ross Kirkham.
For a full debrief.
Full debrief on our commentary and how pathetic we are. I'll see Ross Kirkham later. But Bluey's on the attack. Can they get one back here to make it a grandstand finish in the last 10? Goes out. Oh, goes the cutout. Another intercept. Oh.
They've
The
dropped it
intercept
here.
was there.
He's kicked the ball away. There's some very unsportsmanlike conduct there. I'll allow a little tap with the toe.
Oh,
But a
the
full
kick away.
boot, a
The
full
kick
kick
away.
away, there's no need for it.
There's no need for it.
There's no need for it.
It's
Win
not what you wanna
with
teach
win
the
with
juniors.
skill. Always win with skill.
But we're in the final 10. Down by 2 tries. Score here. And it becomes very interesting. Although they would need to obviously convert both tries. No golden
Look, it's
points
not
in subbies.
it's not an insurmountable task. It is not an insurmountable
On the
task.
point of obviously there's no golden point in regular season.
No.
In finals. How's that work?
What do you think this does to morale?
Is there extra time in finals? Just
Nah, finals, I
Or is it-
believe
how's
so.
that work? Do you know?
Not sure.
Huh.
I'm really not sure.
We'll Google. And
We'll have to
talk
Google it. We'll let you know on the next instalment.
Next
Back to Lapstone
instalment,
Day
back to
25. We'll let you know.
Wait a year and we'll tell you how extra time works in finals.
Um,
but the ball
do-
comes out. Gav Duncan now in at 10. Out to Quack. Quack to Bailey. Oh, we have some fresh blood out there.
to Sai.
Tonga Navalu.
No, that's not Tonga Navalu.
No?
That's Sai. And
Sorry,
the
Sai.
ball travels into touch, just a metre
mate, they
short
did the wrong name
of
a few
the
times,
try
apologies.
line.
I thought the number's wrong. I thought
The referee's
I was
called
looking
it
at the
back
wrong
here to
team
the
sheet
5
names
metre
there.
line. The hardest part with today is the fact that we can't hear each other within these headphones.
Hence,
we've got one off and one on.
Yeah, but we can still hear each other. As long as you can all hear us at home in the comfort of your rooms. Hopefully you have the fire on, glass of wine or a beer in hand, and you're just enjoying yourselves listening to our radio voices. Look, we have faces for the radio, so it's good you can't see us.
Speak for yourself, for starters, but also we apologise if you find us talking over each other throughout this game.
We apologise if we offended at all today, but, you know, we're here, rugby, banter, that's what it's all about.
That's exactly what it's all
Having
about.
a good time with mates.
This game has been unreal.
This game... one-eyed view on rugby talking very biased towards Blue Mountains. So, but no, what I've noticed there, through that backline movement, Blueies, despite being down by 14...
Waverley, feed, Blue Mountains push, Blue Mountains push, Blue Mountains push, and they get the penalty! 5 minutes from the try line.
They have just brought on some fresh blood and actually taken the names off. So key players out, blooding some of the younger talent and some second graders. So we're actually not playing now with our strongest squad, but if they can then put some points on here, the confidence that'll give the fringe / benchy
scrum again. Blue Mountains have gone the scrum.
Blue
Mountains
Duncan,
gone the scrum.
Been around the club for years. Played, I believe, Shoot Shield even like 15 years ago or something. He's playing in at 10. And then you have Cameron Kitching in the 23. We're in the Michael Jordan
Cam
number.
Kitching, is he playing fullback now?
I believe he's at fullback. Quocky's still in the centres. And then Bailey Tebet, he's out on the wing.
On the wing. Another Colt. He's playing. He is still a Colt.
Kitching Colt. Yeah, still a Colt. Kitching Colt.
Last week at where were we last weekend? At not Hunters Hill.
Last week was Linfield.
We were at Linfield. We had 4 Colts debut in first grade last week.
Wow.
4 Colts in a win.
Very impressive.
In a win. Will Rick, Ilyasa, Bailey Tebet, and there was one other. Tate Cranfield.
Okay.
All played in the first grade side last weekend.
Duncan
after playing Colts.
To the Dane train. He puts it behind him. It goes back. I think Duncan's knocked it on there. Oh no. He's retained.
They've retained the ball. Blue Mountains back on their attacking 22.
5 to go. Courtesy
high tackle here. The referee, he's going to go to the pocket. He's going to go to the pocket here. And a yellow card is shown. Waverley, 17. Sorry, champion. See you later. The crowd goes absolutely wild. Blue Mountains, Ben Lamaro.
Spanner through the middle. He bounces off one.
Daniel Ferrugia.
Not to be. They have numbers out left. Blueies was to spin it. Side waiting eagerly on the wing. Wanting it put on his chest so he can go in for a pie. They've knocked it on.
Oh, and Blue Mountains have knocked the ball on.
Big cheer there by Waverley.
Waverley are holding on. With 5 minutes to go, Waverley are going to hold on for one of the biggest upsets of the year. Not the biggest upset, but a great clash between two very, very strong clubs.
And look, won't be next week because, unless I'll get a quick score update actually. Just to confirm.
Around the grounds.
Hunters were up 20 to 3.
Thanks to Grid Electrical.
Retain their position as second to play Blueies next week. But we have. So final score. Park is 39 to 3. Hunters still have a Mossman.
Final score.
Hunters will go into second and play Blueies next week, meaning that Colleagues beat Linfield 34 to 5, but Linfield I believe is 4th place. Colleagues second last. So Linfield probably rested players there, knowing that there's no point really.
That's an accusation. It could be true though.
Risk injuring your players. I mean, it's just a smart way of strategy. You wouldn't do it. So they did go down to Colleagues. Colleagues get a W. Finish the season on. Well, that turned into about 23 points.
While we wait for these two teams to come together, can we get a look at this stuff here? This wizard stuff. Look at the size of that snake.
The wizard.
Incredible. That's got to be a 7-foot snake.
It's taller than him. I don't know. He looks a little bit wobbly. Maybe we shouldn't be putting the camera on this
Grant,
guy.
to me, that image there is Subby's rugby in one image. He's got his socks on. He's got his shorts on. His beer can tower is higher than any human alive. And that's what we love about Subby's rugby.
Adam Mills.
The footy is incredible, but the social side, everyone gets around each other.
Big Adam Mills, who was talking to there, played in the old boys game this morning, and Mills is definitely not one guy that knows how to run at 80% or 70%. when he
And
got the
still
ball,
destroy every human in front of him.
He destroyed about 5 or 6 people in one run. Thank God Adam was
Here
on
we go,
that
Blue
side.
Mountains push the ball again. Waverley get the ball out. Are they going to kick? They're going to kick. And they find... They don't find touch. Cam Kitching. With the kick. Damon Lee with the little smarty pants jump. You cannot do that,
was
mate.
Clever there by Damon.
Here we go. Waverley are through. Waverley. Over the 22. Blue Mountains. Hold on. Hold on for dear life. And Waverley score. I think they clinch the win here.
That seals the game.
Waverley have it. Oh, the commentator's curse.
It is a Waverley victory this afternoon.
It looks to be a Waverley victory here at Lapstone Oval with only moments to go.
Overall, before wrapping up, great season, Blue Mountains, to take out the minor premiership. Playing next week, if you can get there to Drummoyne Oval to play in the major semi against. I do have a question. Does this light a fire for Blue Mountains? They haven't lost a few. This is their second loss for the season. There's a loss here in the final game of the year. Does this really light that fire? Well, sometimes they say it's the loss you needed to have.
Well,
they
do say that.
Personnel that's out. I feel it's a loss you need to have where it will light it being like, okay, we have cleaned up this season and beat minor premiers quite convincingly. But, hey, it doesn't mean the grand finals are given.
No.
So they're going to go back to the drawing board this week. Coach Rams and Richie are going to put them through their paces. They get back to the process, and I'm sure put on quite the performance. I'm still going to predict that Blue Mountains
Waverley
next week versus Hunter's Hill to make.
We'll line up for this kick. In front. He's taken it a fair way back. Look how far that kick is. He's about 35 metres back. He's hit it.
All right. And we're almost
40 points to 21.
With about not long to go. Surely within the final minutes here. Gav Duncan to
restart play here.
Yeah, restart proceedings.
Let's see how Blue Mountains finish this game off. And it hasn't gone 10. That's desperation in the finest.
That's all right.
You go for the Hail Mary. 9 times out of 10, you're not getting those.
42-21 will likely be the final score as our clock is saying time should be up any moment. Can't see Waverley trying to put too much more of a knife in given they've got the bonus point victory. Will still fall just agonisingly short. 1 competition point short of second place. And the finals now are locked in for next week. And what a final series we're having.
What a final series.
But also good for Blueies, making multiple finals campaigns. So we have first grade, I believe is thirds, is that right? Thirds came second.
Third grade.
Waverley's also the quality team in that.
Well, Waverley have finished the top of the table in most of the lower grades, I believe. They're undefeated or 1 or 2 losses, maybe in most lower grades.
It's a shame, but obviously seconds our Colts won't make finals, but every other grade will. So not a bad conversion rate.
First grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade will all be playing finals this season.
So good luck to all teams competing next week in finals. Better luck to Blue Mountains teams competing in finals. Hopefully a few pieces of silverware will be coming back to Lapstone Oval on September 7th.
That's right. As we see the sunset here over God's country.
God's country.
Whatever
really
God you follow's country. There's no place I'd rather be in August,
or if
to
you
be
don't
honest.
follow God, it's still your country. So it's beautiful out here.
Whoever you follow.
Beautiful. Fresh air starting to really kick in. It's getting quite fresh.
Blue Mountains with the push here, but it's not enough. Waverley, grab it through.
At the back, he's put it through.
Cam Kitching.
Gav Kitching. Kitching attacking. Kitching takes it, pops it out to Daniel for Ruzia, who's still wrestling around. Out the back now. Kondek. Louis, a penalty to Waverley.
Penalty to Waverley, just compounding.
That will wrap the game up. Maybe will they take the 3 just to put the salt in the wound? What do you think?
I think they will.
You think they will?
At this point, there's no need to
At this point, just even tap it
continue.
and kick it out. I believe it should be end of game. Sideline Sport Camera TV has us at 82 minutes. Don't know what the refs has. Yeah, he's going to let them. I think that's the end of the game. If they just tap it and kick it out here.
Why don't you go for the 3? There you go.
They're going for one more meat pie. They want to see.
They are going for it. They're going to twist the knife.
Yeah, they're twisting
Waverley.
Now this is the type of motivation that the Blues would take.
This should be,
when they could just
They
end
could
the
have
game.
tapped it and kicked it out. They could have gone for the 3. But they thought, you know what? We'll salt the wound
Yes,
on their
exactly
day.
right. Let me twist that dagger. Let me show you what we've got, they say. And it's a good victory by Waverley this afternoon over the minor premiers. Fuel to go into their do-or-die clash now next week. Hopefully they didn't spend all their energy getting up for
what's
this
happened
clash
here?
today.
Not straight.
And
Not
they
straight.
go
So
well
Blue Mountains,
against Linfield next week.
not straight from the lineup. Blue Mountains will get the ball back.
Still
here.
going, okay. Still, I thought it would have been called by now, but we can't be long from full time.
Unfortunately, the referee's watch does not directly link to our technology here in the stands.
Scrum feed here to Blue Mountains as the clock's running out.
Jackson Talfa feeds the ball.
Pushing it out, Quacky. Quacky, show,
Tom Kwok.
go.
All
Good run
heart.
there by
Tom
Kwok.
Kwok, all heart. No matter what the score, no matter what the time in the game.
Cometh the hour, cometh the Quack. I reckon he's ready for finals next week.
Watching that big Kwok run. Nothing better.
Good player, but doesn't get too quacky about himself.
I love a good Kwok. A big, nice Kwok. What a guy.
But it's always good to see what's cooking in the kitchen too.
Ah, yes, in the kitchen, in the Cam kitchen.
Anyway. Back to it. Quack's still going, still making
He's
tackles.
still out there just giving it
Absolutely
everything.
quacking
Blue
it.
Mountains charge down here.
All right.
And they
Kitcho,
kick forward.
Kitcho kicks it. Oh, did he pull a hammy there? It's like a bit of a, he kicked it. He looked like he was in a bit of pain.
The referee
And that's
scored full time here at Blue Mountains. Back to Lapstone Day 2024. Final score 53
No,
to
it's
21.
wrong on the scoreboard.
Oh, it's wrong on the scoreboard. We've got it here on the
42-21.
app. 42-21.
Good win, Waverley.
Waverley,
Pleasure.
congratulations.
Blake Dixon, Grant Skinner, the skin dick combination.
Thanks, Grant.
Good to meet you. Good to see.
I'll see you next year.
See you next year. I'm back to Lapo.
I may see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you then.